What's going on, everybody? It has been a while, but we are back. It's your favorite podcast, the number one podcast in Hopkins County, coming to you live from the Chad's Media Studio. The Chad's Media Studios. If y'all been hanging out with us for all what is now 11 episodes, thank you so much. You don't know how much we love y'all. If this is your first time hanging out with us, I'm Tyler Lennon. That is Ryan Humphreys behind the scenes today.
Behind the desk.
We've got Korey Hankins. We are missing Chloe Copel, but together we are down and out. What's going on, guys? Missed y'all.
I missed
Long time
the
no
chance.
see.
I
know.
I miss it.
And here we go.
There it is.
Got a
There
new
we
button
go.
guy back there.
Yeah,
Corey behind the desk.
It's
Now the
not
drops
looking
will
good.
actually
It's
work.
not looking good.
I do like the. I'm watching it obviously on the computer so that we make sure everything goes good. But I like the Corey look back there.
I don't hate it.
Looks a little beardy back there.
Yeah, it does, huh?
We'll see what
Might not
happens.
later,
We'll see
but
what
yeah,
happens.
we've had a little bit of a couple flaky spots. I guess we said there'd be an episode. There wasn't an episode. Corey's in a new house.
Yeah, I bought a house.
I've been busy at work. Tyler was covering the Sulphur Springs Lady Cat run.
Yeah, shout out to them, by the way.
Kind of was just a lot of really bad luck deals. Like, hey, by the way, I can't be there tonight. We just I'm thinking in the future there's going to be a world where if I'm out, Tyler and Corey can handle the episode that week, or I can zoom in, or me and Tyler can handle it, and Corey be out, and we'll
stay
figure that
flexible.
out. Yeah,
We'll
we'll be
stay
flexible because we know the people. The people want to see down and out.
They do, and so much so that over the last few weeks, which this is what you want to hear, but we've had multiple people be like, one, where's the show? But
Right.
two, is Corey
Corey gonna shave
ever
his
going
beard?
to
Yeah.
have to shave? And so for anyone that doesn't know, I'm not a very good host if I don't remind people. At the very beginning of the year, like pretty quickly after we had started Down and Out,
Came out strong with some accusations.
Corey decided that very strongly against. I don't know why y'all cornered me and Chad into being the live guys.
Well, now we're all live guys now.
but we are.
We've all merged into one.
But Corey so strongly was against live that he bet if any of the live guys win any of the majors, he would shave one. You first said you would shave your head.
Yeah.
And we let you renegotiate.
After Brooks Koepka almost won the Masters, I was like, maybe we just
You barely get through the first one, and then you don't make it through the second. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, you did renegotiate to your beard.
Yeah, we've moved.
But we're all cool with that. Everyone's here to see you shave your beard at some point tonight. Now we have a couple guests that are going to help us with that. They're not here yet, so
Yeah,
we'll wait on them. But
I'd like to say they're waiting in the wings, but technically we're waiting in the wings.
we'll give you a few more minutes with your beard. Hope that you enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm just over here. I'm literally over here just like
I was trying to find the clip of Corey saying, "I will shave my head.
Yeah, you were pretty.
I will shave my head."
Do you want to? Why you still got a beard? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about why, like, how you got yourself in this mess?
Also talk about because we haven't had an episode since then. Talk about Sunday afternoon when it really set. At what point did it set in that? Damn, Brooks Koepka's going to do this
I'm gonna have
thing.
to shave my beard. Let me think. So back when we were talking about the Live versus PGA guys, I was so confident in the fact that none of these guys are going to win a major
Me too.
they just don't have
I won't
it.
lie, me too. I would never bet my hair though.
And I'm very surprised that it was Brooks Koepka because he was even one of the guys who was most vocal in that Full Swing documentary. That
Couldn't
was
do
like,
it anymore. Wasn't feeling his swing.
Yeah, I had to leave the tour. All these things, and so I just made a bold prediction that none of those guys are going to win a major. And I think we were so upset at the fact that they were even allowed into the majors. That's kind of, especially the one that they won. That's the one that we were most just upset about. And so that's kind of where that was born out of. Was like, there's no way these guys have the mental I think I even said the mental
fortitude. That's what he said.
You think you said it? You said it 100 times.
No, and what was funny is like I talked about how on that 17th tee, 18th tee they wouldn't be able to handle it, and at the Masters, Brooks kind of let go of the lead. Obviously, had a great weekend, but so he put the pedal to the metal in the PGA Championship.
So the weekend of the PGA Championship, I even texted Tyler and Chad, and I said, I hate to admit this. Because I've secretly been a Victor Hovland fan. Like, I very, very much like Victor Hovland. and he just never seems to be able to get it done when it matters most. Now he won the Memorial.
Of course, he wins a couple weeks
yeah,
later.
He wins, yeah, I was like, dude, come on.
Corey's beard, poor beard.
It's like you sold, in the PGA Championship. Anyways, and so I texted him. I was like, after the gut wrenching, just.
Hey, feel free to still run the deck by.
You're
sorry.
still. Sorry, my bad.
Overhead, he's just getting some FaceTime over there.
Yeah,
This whole episode is just Corey's
I forgot.
face.
I forgot that I've got to do this too. I'm sorry.
The producer role is a tough one to learn.
Actually, you know what? Forget it. It's just me. It's just me talking to me now.
Okay.
Now I'm playing. After watching Brooks just absolutely collapse in that last round of the Masters, I even texted him. I was like, I would feel so bad, for him to collapse again in another major. And I said, if I have to lose my beard, I'm glad that it's Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
Because I do genuinely – he's one of the live guys that I do genuinely like and miss on tour.
I will say you were much more comfortable or confident that he might get to keep his beard than he was. You kept thinking man, this could happen.
Victor Hovland could do it, but I just knew Victor, he didn't have it in him.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as that ball went into the base,
Dude, I was watching
the
that
base
live.
of the bunker, it was like, and there goes the beard.
Yeah, and
there goes the
and
beard.
you could see it on Victor Hovland's face. He was just like,
I'll tell you what though, and I'm not going to take full credit for the analogy I'm about to make. My dad actually brought it up the day of the merger, we're going to call it, which we'll talk about here in a couple minutes.
So technically, there are no live golfers anymore, so I shouldn't have to shave anything.
You made the deal beforehand, man. I don't.
You could have just made it
that's
a couple
how
more
contracts
weeks.
work.
Yeah.
That's how contracts work. But so. Back in the day, back in the early days of professional football, there was once the NFL and the AFL, okay? The NFL champ would play against the AFL champ in the Super Bowl, okay? The NFL was kind of thought of as the superior league, but then a man named Joe Namath comes out, defeats the Colts in the Super Bowl.
We gonna win the game, I guarantee it.
Guarantees that they're going to win the game. He's kind of the face, kind of the poster child of the AFL. He's in New York, Broadway Joe, and that is what people consider. That's what people consider as the beginning of the merger, because obviously the NFL absorbs the AFL, and the rest is history. And so for that moment, that was kind of the kickstart of that happening. Do you think that Brooks Koepka winning the PGA Super Bowl, the PGA Championship, do you feel that is a similar situation?
I don't know, honestly.
It's
Probably,
similar.
yeah,
It's similar
it is
for
very
sure.
similar.
I don't know that it's a perfect analogy, but it's similar.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
I do like it. It's weird, the timing, honestly. It is very weird. But it almost, and I even told Tyler, I was like, it's almost like Monahan had a bet that was like, if any of you live golfers win a major, we'll merge,
Yeah,
Well,
golly, any way you slice it, in my opinion, it was a bad thing for the PGA that Brooks won it. It was bad.
Yeah, it did not look good. And you could see anytime they went to shake his hand in the trophy ceremony, it was a black eye. It just didn't look great.
I will say, who I feel for in all of this is literally everyone who didn't leave to go to live, because your whole thing is no loyalty, prestige, and all this tradition. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'm going to stick here. And all you got was a thank you at most.
And I'm telling you, and I'm a very...
Hide the money, y'all.
There's poor people
Yeah, that's
around.
literally...
You guys know that I am a loyalist when it comes to sports. Even if I'm in a bad position argument-wise, I'm staying true to who I like.
There's nobody that stays true to their opinion.
I'm staying true to it. I will not be wavered. So, with the PGA, okay, loyalty. They didn't go for the money. Rory, Tiger, Rahm, all these guys. I have a hard time feeling like they didn't just get totally jibbed.
Yeah.
in this deal.
Absolutely.
I feel it makes me feel bad because that I woke up, saw it on Twitter. Apparently, that's how
all
they found
did.
out too, which is ridiculous because I'm Ryan Humphreys in Silver Springs, Texas.
Colin
not pro golfer.
Yeah, Colin Morikawa, Justin Rose, all those dudes tweeted. And
we're
were
just
like,
finding it
You
out on
quite
Twitter.
possibly found out before they did.
No,
Yeah.
there's actually a good chance that I
Right.
did.
I had one of my buddies sent it to me on Instagram, and I was like, dude, is this I had to go click on the post, go
did
to
the same
Bleacher
thing.
Report. I was like, this is a joke.
I did the same thing. I was like, oh, this is that tour.
Yeah, the one that got me.
Tour. It's like spelt funny golf.
TUOR. Yeah.
But anyway, so I have a hard time feeling like Jay Monahan. I'm not saying he's not capable. I still want to believe that he's the right man for the PGA commissioner or whatever this new league commissioner is going to be. But
Overseer.
man, you got to feel bad for the guys that stayed. You have to.
Yeah, I absolutely. I mean, again, like you got nothing out of this.
Yeah, I feel the person I feel the worst for is Rory.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of been he even said it. He's the sacrificial lamb in this deal. Because he had, you almost feel like some of the things he would come out and say was kind of a scripted type deal where the PG was like, hey, Rory, today in your presser, really need you to talk about X, X, and X. Need you to make sure you touch on X.
Yeah.
And, don't, if you get asked this, don't even talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and he was the one that him and Jay would talk. And they would come up with these new things, designated events, higher purses, all these things. Then he would have to take all that stuff back to the players and convince them. And then he even caught flack because he missed a designated event.
Yeah, but he worked so hard to get the PGA in a good spot with the players that you could just see it. He's worn out.
He's exhausted.
He's played better lately, but for the better part of this entire year, he has not been himself, and I feel like there's a lot of just outside noise going on.
Yeah, definitely.
I do have a question for y'all, and I don't know that either of you will see it this way. Maybe both of you will see it this way. But do you think in the grand scheme of things, this actually was a huge blessing in disguise and that golf fans as a whole are winners from this?
100%.
Yeah,
and if you see it any other way, you're wrong. I think that the general
golf fan.
I think the general initial reaction is to go, no, I can't believe. But, dude, they're not. These guys, they're business guys, okay?
Yeah.
It is a sport. It is about golf, but these are businessmen, okay? So it was a good move, and I think it was a good move for both sides.
Yeah, and it's getting old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The it's getting old.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of how long can the PGA Tour keep going without some of the big stars? How many times can we see some of these, I wouldn't say B-list players, but guys who normally wouldn't make the cut or in the contention and TV ratings and those things, but also how long can Liv keep it up without real viewership and financial backing? You know what I mean? It almost seemed like this is exactly a merging of two worlds.
Well, what even
for
was
everybody's good.
Liv's end game? I halfway think this was the end game.
Yeah, it almost seems like it was.
It absolutely was. I mean,
I don't think there was a long-term.
Well, and it's like you and Chad, whatever, became our resident Liv guys, but neither
They were
of
living
you,
it up.
Okay, that was pretty good. But neither of you guys actually thought that this is going to be something in 10 years.
No.
I mean, no way. Like that's just silly. I mean, there was no way that was going to happen. So all the Office memes. I don't know if y'all are the Office guys, but they go in. It's the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
Now this is our demands.
Yeah.
We're going to merge.
If we end today, I'll just start another Michael Scott Paper.
There's endless names.
Michael, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my
I will say, Addison and Jake are making you sweat it out with the.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think I'm shaving my beard.
Oh, you've changed your mind, huh?
I think
I do want to find. I wish there were a way. We can't. Obviously, you do have to follow through with this. But do you want to place any final?
I hear some people.
Do you want to place any final Live wagers while it's still a thing?
Double down?
You've got two more.
Double down.
You've got two more chances for them to win
so
another major.
U.S. Open is next week, and then the British Open is next month. So, Korey, do you want to shave anything else? I'm good, actually. I'm good because I feel like
somebody's
before
going
you
to
know
win
it, we're
the US
shaving
Open.
his legs, we're shaving his arms.
Yeah.
Cam Smith has been rather quiet this year, so he's due for something.
Yeah. I mean,
Brooks is the Terminator in majors.
Hey. How's
Hello.
it going?
There we
All right,
go.
We got people here. If you can see in the background. Oh, we got hats.
The final,
Nice. You coming in, Jake? Oh, we got a football too.
the final
What's up?
moments.
What's up?
Let's go.
All right.
All right, so we've
Well,
stalled.
we've kind of already decided I'm not shaving my beard.
Yeah,
It's not happening. We decided that the Live Golf didn't exist anymore, and I'm not shaving my beard tonight. I'm not shaving my beard tonight.
Deal was made pre-merger, Korey.
Korey, this is what everyone's come here
I
for.
cannot help you.
Well,
Now again,
here's the deal. I'm not shaving my beard because you want to know what? I decided to stick with the original bet. I'm shaving my head tonight.
Whoa!
give yourself a round of applause.
Oh,
So,
my goodness.
I don't know the button. I'll be real honest.
Whoa!
So,
I decided. You know what?
Korey no longer shaving his
Yeah,
beard.
I
He is
decided. You
shaving
know
his
what? It
head.
was the softest move in all of eternity.
It's the softest move in
Is
down and out
that, is
history
that why?
for sure.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's why.
Chad
So-
and I had told him 1,000 times. We think for the sake of not even the bed itself, just
Oh, for what he's
Yeah, I gave you
gonna
an extension
might want
cord.
to just shave
what
your
he's gonna
head.
look like.
Yes.
So you're saying bald with
Yeah,
beard
throw-
better
turn
than
the-
Yes.
not bald with no
Yeah.
beard.
Now Korey is afraid. Oh, we're going.
I'm good
hear
with
that?
that. Yeah.
Real quick, for anyone that doesn't know, we've
got some special guests here.
we've
Come
got
on over here, Jake.
the number one
So
intern at Chad's Media
we
and
go.
the person with the best swing in all of
Yes.
Hopkins County. We got Addison
There
Cadell.
we go.
We're talking about me. Oh, we're talking about Adam.
Oh, okay.
We've got Jake Cadell as well.
so when I decided that I was shaving my head, I was like, you know what? I need a hat
Okay.
to represent all
Yep.
summer long.
yeah.
And so I decided, you know what? Nobody, and I mean nobody in Hopkins County, is better for their customers, is better for the people of Hopkins County. And nobody cares more about the people of Hopkins County than Alliance Bank.
Korey's first ever live read.
And
no,
I'll-
not
and
your
I'll-
first ever.
And I'll tell
That
you
was
another
good.
thing. Nobody makes better bank hats,
Bank hats.
than Alliance
Number one
Bank. That
bank
is
hats.
1,000% on the record true. So if you can't
Korey-
see here, we'll bring him over here. So
Corey, what's
they
what's
brought me
the
some hats to
Are
Korey,
you
what's-
asking what
peruse.
the guidelines or anything are? Are there any ground rules?
No, I was gonna ask.
These are nice, Jake. Thanks, brother.
I was
Don't
gonna
act so
ask
surprised, but
I'm gonna have to.
how long is it gonna
peruse.
take his hair to grow back?
It may never.
it might not. It's the problem.
Okay.
It
Okay.
might not.
So
But I think Ryan had a point. A beard and a bald head is way
yeah.
Yeah.
I would look like a 5-year-old without the beard.
Yeah.
now
So-
you're
Was that Jericho's
just gonna be bald.
Well, no comment. No.
Yeah. Well.
Is Jericho gonna hunt me down and like beat me?
No, if you shave my beard, yeah.
All right, Courtney. Final
right.
thoughts before we get to it. 'cause we're- and we don't know how
You
long
wanna-
it's going to take.
yeah,
If this
switch
does
us
take
to the
forever,
other one.
we're just going to continue the
Just
show. But,
enjoy Corey getting his
Here.
head shaved, and
Yeah.
You know what, Jake? I'll let you.
it'd be
take
a good time
the
to talk
first.
Rangers.
Yeah, because
we go.
Corey is not. How much are you going to contribute to Rangers talk? You reckon? You know,
did-
we'll talk. We'll
He
talk.
did say watch
Was
the
it
other
playing?
night.
We'll
so-
talk NBA Finals while
here
he's
we go.
doing that.
Okay,
How
there
about
we go.
that? I do want to wait until he gets rolling, though. Here we go.
Respect.
Just one final. All right, I'm ready.
Dude, it is tough knowing that there's a decent chance it might not
Never
grow
grow back.
You're about to start looking like this for the remainder of the time. I want you to know.
That's fine.
Granted,
That's fine.
mine's a choice, but
We're here.
mine's a choice. But
Oh man,
we're gonna have to hook him up with a barber, someone to keep him
Jake?
looking right.
You ready?
I guess.
Let's hit this thing.
Not done this. So,
That's even better for us. We
I'm gonna
we
get
prefer
to,
it that way.
I'm gonna get to watch it like right here.
We made sure not to bring
man.
any actual barbers or anything.
Yeah.
oh, brother.
You ready?
There's so many things I could think of right now. Coming to America comes to mind. Yeah, good quotes. Ooh.
Here we go.
Scare you a little?
I kind of got a little nervous. I'm not gonna
Gotta
lie.
go a little
Here we go. I'm closing my eyes. Close my eyes. Take it right down the center.
Oh, he started on the side.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's bald.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Corey, do you want something
It's
for the
bald
hair?
for sure.
Here.
We'll get a broom or
Okay.
something.
Okay.
All right, y'all go ahead and
Yeah,
I'm gonna
good
keep
deal.
going here. Y'all just
Yeah, this,
hang out over
you got
there.
the before and after.
You don't want the hair all over you.
And we're back.
All right, brother.
Ooh, that feels
You
good.
start looking like me.
Oh, I can only pray to look like you, Jake.
Uh-huh.
Like,
We didn't think that far ahead.
yeah, I noticed.
This feels a lot. I feel a
Yeah.
lot more nervous now. I'd honestly
This is
accepted it.
Dude, I spent a month and a half at the barber college. No, I'm just kidding.
this is
Really?
definitely
No, I did not.
No, he did not.
You didn't expect this, did you?
No.
not the no. I wasn't ready for this.
You wasn't ready for the hair?
No,
I will say I was informed earlier. It was a fun
Okay.
secret I got
No,
to keep.
that's
but-
fun.
Today.
That's fun. Okay, Tyler,
there
you
we
want to
go.
talk? You wanna
Yes.
talk?
So while
Corey, switch it to the
I'm on
3.
y'all. I'm
There
on
you
y'all.
go.
Oh, you want it on all 3?
Yeah.
Corey, this is my favorite down and out moment so far. In down and out
pretty
history, I
good.
think this is my
Jake
favorite
is
moment
taking
so far.
good care of me back here. I'll be real honest.
Barbershop.
I'm just the front is what. Yeah, that's
It actually looks pretty good. Now
so
he still
far.
has
He
the
still
hair,
has-
obviously.
he still has the
but-
top.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna get.
He's got a bald mullet going right now.
Sweating.
Oh, dude, I just sweat existing
I
though.
was gonna say you could
There's
have.
another one here too.
My buddy Moose just said Corey's about to look like he rides Harleys. That's fair.
Oh,
Chelsea
man.
Delord says your wife is not feeling this.
Well, it was her decision.
I wouldn't
I
have said
mean,
that
my
on air. Your
decision-
wife is watching. Why? Don't throw her under the bus.
I've done enough.
Ron, I hope you're ready to do it just
done
us, where I don't think he's allowed back.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so while while we bask in the greatest moment down out history, this feels like a good time to talk NBA Finals because no one's listening or cares. So let's go ahead and do it.
No one listening or cares to the NBA Finals either.
No.
So
Exactly, it works out.
No,
There goes
I
the
watched. I didn't watch Game 1 and Game 2 really that close. Just kind of kept up with it. Watched all of Game 3. I was sitting in a hotel room, so what else do I have to do? Might or might not had Nuggets -2.5.
Addison, when are you taking over, by the way?
Probably in the middle.
Save her the yeah. Anyway,
But
sorry.
you know, I think that Jokic is kind of doing exactly what we questioned. I think our very first episode, maybe episode number 2, we said that Jokic needs to go and win a title. He's kind of the Josh Allen of the NBA, and that's exactly what's about to happen. Jokic, Murray, they're too good right now. I don't think the Heat can contain that.
It feels lighter.
By the way, we got Vincent Johnson in the comments. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh, Vincent Johnson?
Dude, he is killing it. Going to
Yeah,
be a
man.
sophomore this year. It
Texas
already
State,
has 3
UTSA,
Division I offers. Yeah, we're very excited.
Big time.
Y'all tune in on Friday nights right here on Chad's Media. Ryan and I will be calling their games all season. But, yeah,
Nuggets in 6. I don't. Maybe
That's
Nuggets
probably-
in 5. Maybe I
I
don't
will
know.
say I do think the Heat.
Oh, yeah.
I like the Heat. I know I'm not supposed to say that as a Mavs fan, but I've kind of rocked with them. I predicted that they would beat the Celtics, and then they get up 3-0 out of nowhere. Almost blew that, but I still think they can win the series just because, again,
Yeah, this feels good.
they forced in Game 2, which is the one they've won so far, they really forced Jokic. You know what he's kind of got away with doing is going off for the first 3 quarters. And then in the fourth quarter, I mean, there were times where he'll shoot once or twice the whole quarter.
Yeah.
And they really, really forced him to be a scorer. And obviously the Nuggets have reacted to that. They've made adjustments and everything.
You got to focus, Tyler. You got to stay locked in, man.
But I think
I think Jamal Murray has been.
I think Eric Spoelstra is a good enough coach that if he can continue to catch them off guard, if he can continue to do that sort of thing, and again, all the Heat have to do, if they can keep it within 5 or 6, 7 or 8 going into that fourth quarter, I think they always have a chance.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm not saying they can't win a couple more games in this series. But I will fully say I don't see a scenario where the Heat win this series. I think the Nuggets are going to do it. I think Jokic is going to get his first ring. And I think that's about what – I mean, it is what it is.
My problem with that is we're already starting to see a lot of Jokic greater than Dirk. And if he does get that championship,
man.
that's going to be a wrap for that, unfortunately. And I hate it. I'm not ready to admit anyone is –
I'll take Dirk for sure.
Yeah, we're sticking with Dirk for sure. But
Dirk played in a much tougher era
than
Jokic is in right now.
And I think there's a great argument to be made that if Dirk comes in the league 5, 6, 10 years later, has an even better career. Like today's game is more suited. He had to kind of
Dirk
create.
had a much tougher dude. Tim
They quite
Duncan,
literally
Kobe,
create. That's what I
Shaq,
said. Kevin Garnett,
LeBron.
Chris Webber, all the power forwards were still bigs back then.
Yeah.
like back to the basket bigs.
No,
he was
dude.
having to bang with those guys.
I think Jokic is great. I think Jokic is God.
Do you think anyone is listening to
that
us at
boy
all?
is bald? That boy is bald.
You look like the kid from Toy Story right now, but
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks for that, Tyler.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
I tell you what,
I think
though.
he's pulling it off.
I tell you what, though.
It's
the
better
beard-
than the beard, I think.
keeping the beard was a solid move.
You can thank my wife
Dude,
for that.
that was a nice loophole in that contract because
Yeah, it
you
was.
still are. You got to shave something, but the original agreement was the head.
I really
and-
like.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that one a lot.
You know, I don't hate it.
Oh, it's like signing day.
That, that
Sorry.
It's like a national
Addison,
signing day.
that
We've got them all. Which
gray
hats you
one
gonna pick?
to your left. That's a good looking hat. Yeah, that's a good looking hat. Yeah,
I like that one as well.
That's not
very,
fitting
very
Corey's
old
head.
school,
I'll be
very
wearing
retro.
Alliance Bank hats all summer
It's got-
long.
you- it's gonna
and
need a-
probably for the rest of my life.
you're gonna need a big hat over there. It's gonna. It needs to be. It needs to have a big frame, big crown. It needs a big crown for sure.
Big crown.
I both
Try that one.
I both love and hate that you're pulling this off right now. Like I think he's pulling it off.
I think you look good, Corey.
I think this was the better
Y'all
option.
are so nice.
I think Jerica made a great call.
I think
She
if
usually does.
Brooks Koepka wins the U.S. Open, beard's coming off too.
You have lost your mind. I tell you what, Jake Goodell, not only a great man, great barber.
Great barber.
I'll tell you that much.
That is a quality shave
Oh,
right there.
dude, he took care of me. He didn't just go like, hey, I'm just gonna go straight up the middle. No, he
Now, it would be real crazy if he pulled some Barbasol out and just like really got down to the scalp. Yeah, really.
Barbasol and a 2-blade bit.
Yeah,
Just
really got down to it.
You should have.
He just
I wish
pulls
I
out a
would've-
pocket knife.
Yeah.
Now, this is how we did it back in the day.
I will say no free promo. If y'all want promo,
my
you got to pay
gosh.
us money. But if you ever need a barber, Jake
Yes.
Cadell, we'll give out his phone number at the end. Promo code down and out, $10 off.
Softball, baseball lessons, a little
Yeah.
marketing expertise, or haircut.
Bar-
Whatever you're looking for. We
barber,
gotcha.
softball, baseball lessons, marketing expertise, just a good-looking man.
A great looking
You know?
man. Agreed.
Parenting tips, like you name it.
It's a
Dude's
one-stop
got it.
shop.
I'm telling you, it's amazing.
I love it.
My family is just
Yeah.
they're blowing up my group chat right now.
Corey,
My sister texted back and said, "I don't think it's gonna grow back."
It's
And
not,
I'm like,
probably.
well,
I'm
thanks.
thinking it probably
Thanks,
won't
Caitlin.
either.
Probably not.
But yeah,
Hey, let's be real. It's time. It's time.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's be
Maybe.
real, Han. Oh, that felt good, honestly.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll give it up for Jake Cadell
Yeah.
one time.
You got hair.
It's okay.
It's going to have to go somewhere.
Ready?
It's got a stain on it, so it needs to go. Oh, hey, there we go.
Now, you're never going to want to wear that hat again, probably, but, you know.
Yes. That's what I keep it's thin. Why is it so thin? No, but
Because it's not coming back.
oh man, thank y'all so much.
Real quick, while y'all are there behind the mic, before we go anywhere, obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, Addison is currently a college softball player. We just saw, and I believe, Jake, did you go to OU or just an OU fan?
I went to OU.
So we have some college softball experts here. Obviously, OU just three-peated yesterday. So well, how are we
7
feeling?
National champions for
In like 10
for-
years
for
or something
Petty
crazy
Castro.
like that.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
one
She's
of
the
the
best.
She
That's
is
like
I would
one of the
say-
best dynasties we've seen in sports.
Well, I was going to say there's a decent chance. I'd have to look, at every sport, but I would say there's a decent chance that this 10-year run is probably the greatest in collegiate athletics history.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I saw where they were like 59-1 in the last 60 games or
Yeah.
so. I mean, that's 3
They have
national championships in a row, 6 out of 10, like y'all said. That's
Corey, take
pretty
the hat off. Let's
pretty
see it
crazy
again.
level of
and
dominance.
she's a great woman on top of
Look at
everything
that.
else, so she deserves what she's gotten.
Oh, you need to give it. Y'all need to give it a rub.
I'm good on that.
Nice.
But
I'll pass, but
I'll
it does look
take your
good.
word on it. Yeah.
The hat does look good.
I think it
Slick,
looks good.
personally.
Yeah.
Like the hat looks good.
Watch,
I think
Corey just shaved his head, and now if it grows back, he's going to shave it again. 'Cause
Yeah, right?
he's
Yeah,
kind of
hey,
starting
hey,
liking
hey,
how he
hey.
looks.
gonna keep making bets.
Yeah.
Please.
You're gonna run out
What
of
I'm going to charge for that?
run out of stuff to offer.
I feel like you're gonna flip the.
Your dad said in the comments, "Is that Kevin Minch?" I don't know if anyone remembers
Kevin
Kevin
Minch.
Minch from the Rangers.
Oh, my word.
Jar.
Kevin Minch.
Tips.
I got to look up a picture.
Corey, Google the name Kevin Minch real quick. That is what Torrey
Oh my
Humphreys
gosh,
has
it's Kevin
correctly
Minch.
said that you look like.
Oh,
He was
that's a good
a
call,
Ranger in the
Torrey.
2000s.
How do you spell? Oh,
MENCH.
That's a great call, actually.
sure enough.
Yep.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I'm a little offended by it. Oh man.
It's okay.
Here you go.
That is wonderful.
Jake, Addison, thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. Anytime. Anytime.
That's so true. Bald. Bald.
We're gonna make it. I'm gonna make my living in Alliance Bank hats.
Hey, man, I got you a whole bunch
Oh,
to choose from.
I'm gonna steal 1 or 2 and then bring them back by your office.
Corey looks like Neptune when he lost his crown. This is the best day in Down and
Oh my
Out
God.
history.
Dude, are the YouTube comments flaming me right now?
I wouldn't say too bad.
Your sister said you're getting Rogaine for Father's Day.
Oh wow.
Matt asked how
Jokes
long
on
does it take before it
you.
grows back.
Jokes on you. Already have it. 3 months supply, big dog. Oh man. Yeah. It's honestly a lot cooler in here now.
Is it? You
I
feel
don't
you
have
feel
heat.
better?
I'm just looking on the bright side right now.
Yeah, that's
looking
all
on the
you can
bright
do.
side.
All you can do.
Dude, honestly,
Where are we
it's
going
not
now?
the worst.
What do we want to do next?
It's not the worst. I think I did too.
You want to just
I
stick with
still
college
feel
softball?
like I
We
have
just do
hair.
college softball for the rest
I've
of the
got like a
episode?
phantom limb up top. I'm trying to like move my hair.
I do want y'all's opinion on this.
Oh,
Jeremy
man.
asked over under 4 months before his hair grows back.
Over.
Over.
Way over.
It's gonna be a cold winter, Bubba.
Be a cold winter. Yeah, I can't beanie. I can wear my Carhartt beanie now.
Yeah, you can be a beanie guy.
It's not gonna be too hot now. Oh man.
I love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Y'all give it up in the comments for Jake and Addison. That was great. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
It's the last time we ever see Korey with hair.
It's been a good one, boys. It's been a good one.
Okay. Where are we going now? You know what? I want Korey to have a say in what we do next because
I was on me the whole time.
Well, that's how this episode goes apparently. But
here, I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna shake my shirt off.
okay.
I'm gonna actually stay on all three. Y'all just do you real quick. I'm gonna
No,
shake my
let's
shirt
keep it
off.
moving. Texas Rangers. Why don't we talk about some Rangers baseball?
They are they're good at baseball.
They
We're
are.
way past the point of wondering. They are 18 games over 500, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, the news of DeGrom getting Tommy John is definitely not one that
19 games over 500. Of
19
course, they're about
games.
to lose right now, but
maybe
down
but
8-1.
Oh, it's 8-1. Okay,
Yeah.
probably gonna lose. But losing to Grom is obviously a massive blow. I think that he's a good enough piece, a good enough player that he could take this already playoff team to an American League Championship or a World Series. I think that's kind of the level of player he is. So losing that is tough. I'm not saying we can't still get there because obviously our offense and our starting pitching has been exceptional. But we've got some work to do. We've still got a long road ahead.
Yeah, what I'm about to say is it's a little wild, but bear with me. In any other year, losing DeGrom would have been like, that's it. That's the season. But I really don't think it is. I mean, you haven't had him to this point.
You haven't done it.
You're 19 games above 500.
Exactly.
You've got a 5-game lead on the Astros, which, by the way, not that I got a ton of flack for saying that, but do you remember?
Well, you've nailed it so far.
So far, obviously, we got to keep it up. We got to keep it rolling. But, I mean, just can Nathan Eovaldi, can John Gray keep doing what they're doing? Probably not. Can Dane Dunning. But, I think even if they start to regress to the mean a little bit or whatever, you've got one of the best offense. I mean, not one of. You've got.
Well, I mean, when you start comparing offensive statistics to Babe Ruth era Yankees,
right,
then things are going well. Like the double-digit runs scored, the run differential, the Series 1, like all these different records that the Rangers are breaking.
Yeah, go back to this is the first time in 100 years.
Right.
I can't take credit for this. I've got a shout out to my buddy Dakota. He made a comment the other day, and I'm just gonna throw it out there, let it sink in. But if you look at the last few years, the Nationals won it without Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper gets hurt, they win it essentially without him.
Yep, beat the Astros.
The Braves do so without Acuna.
Okay, yeah.
The Rangers do
Rangers
so
do without DeGrom. Yeah.
Question mark.
Question mark?
I will say, I watched
Eyeball
him play
emoji?
the Cardinals the other night, and John Gray pitched his hind tail off.
No, I
did.
know.
It was one of those. It was like even you lose the game, but you were already resting. Dolis was out. Jonah Heim wasn't playing.
Yeah, they literally put their worst lineup out there, which was weird because it was the day before a day off. But
yeah.
Obviously, the one issue at this point is your bullpen. It is the only flaw with this team right
absolutely.
now. And I actually.
You got to flip the deals, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was catching up on the comments. Sorry.
I actually think Corey's going to get this whole producer thing figured out.
It's hard because I get so into the conversation that I forget I'm doing this too.
I just want to let this sink in for a second. You know how, for anyone that doesn't know, when we broadcast games, I both am the play-by-play guy and the stream deck guy. And Corey and Chad are always like, oh, well, you can add this to it. You can add this to it. You can add this to it.
no,
Turns
you
out it's a little
can't.
bit tougher than you think it is. But I honestly think the Rangers are going to make a move sooner than – I don't think it's a deadline thing. I think we're going to go ahead and add a bullpen arm within the next 3 weeks or a month. I think you've made it this far. I'd kept saying if you can make it to the middle or back end of June, go ahead and add an arm.
Trade for Ohtani.
I saw a deal the other day talking about the Rangers making a move for two arms out of Kansas City, Chapman. And then who's the other? He's got really long hair. I'm drawing a blank, but
Aroldis Chapman?
Aroldis Chapman. That's
I didn't
it.
know it. Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
Look at me.
But yeah, I think that's certainly a move that the Rangers are going to
Scott
have
Barlow?
to make. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's certainly a move the Rangers are going to have to make if they want to take it to the next level. Because offensively, they really can't get any better. I mean, I guess you could add one more outfielder.
You could try to. I do think.
Maybe.
I mean, it's probably not realistic. Granted, he's drove in our only run of the night, but I don't think it's realistic to expect Leody Taveras to keep hitting the way he's been hitting because he, up until this point, has never been able to hit a baseball. But yeah.
I don't. What I'm more trying to say is I don't know that there's a guy out there that we can add that's really going to make a huge difference offensively, because it would have to be like a mega move, and I don't know that we're going to make that money wise, asset wise. We really, really, really need to go get some arms.
I agree. I think you had a couple bullpen arms. You could try to get a rental starter now that DeGrom is for sure out for the rest of the year, but I don't even know that that's that dire of a need. I think you need two.
And honestly,
bullpen arms.
Two reliable bullpen
have you guys
arms.
noticed that in baseball, the days of starting pitching going to the 8th and 9th inning,
gone.
Those are gone, man. You don't have that anymore.
Do you think that has anything to do with the new rules?
No, it has.
No, it's
been like that for a while.
It's
I think
next gen analytics,
and it's also
on
a lot of
health. And
it's also a lot of guys have been having to get Tommy John, guys that have been throwing too much.
No, it's a health thing. That's what the studies show. Obviously, what they're seeing, the data they're able to access is far greater than what we know. And so it's probably not good for Jacob deGrom to go out and throw 5 complete games in a row.
Real quick, I do want to say this feels like a chance. You see the number on your screen, 903-243-9567. Text your name and what you want to talk about. If there's anyone you think the Rangers would add or anything like that, I feel like now would be a good time to get some people in here.
That's kind of my question to y'all. If the Rangers were to make a splash in the trade market or anything, who would you go after?
I wouldn't. That's my answer. I'm not making a splash.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think that you bolster it with 2-3 good, medium named arms. But man, let's ride this puppy out. I mean, offensively, you've got the rookie of the year. It's pretty much over at this point.
Yeah.
You've got Korey Seager. Who's
on a 27.
That's Simeon. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Simeon.
It ended at 25.
Okay.
Simeon. You've got Seager, who's probably the best. He's probably the best hitting shortstop in the major leagues. Is that fair to say, Tyler?
He might be.
Marcus Simeon, just fresh off of a 25-game hit streak. Adolis Garcia, who's a potential All-Star. Nathaniel Lowe, who's coming off a Silver Slugger potential All-Star. So you've got all these names, all these bats. There's not a splash that I would realistically go out and make.
Yeah, for me, I think the reason why I think it's going to happen sooner than the All-Star break is, one, we are starting to get to a point where there are teams like, maybe not the Reds, but probably the Reds, the Cubs, the Cardinals. We are getting to a point where the
they're
Royals,
out. You're not going to make a
They're out.
To me, if I had to pick one name right now, again, I don't know how attainable he is. This might take more than you would want to give for a reliever, but
Ohtani.
Alexis Diaz from the Reds. He's an electric reliever. He's the brother of Edwin Diaz, the best closer in baseball right now. I would like to see somebody like that, but I do think. I don't remember if I've broken this down on Down and Out or not. I know I've had this conversation with y'all, but even before the season started, I was saying this. But
number 3 farm system,
you're ranked
number
either
7?
5 or number 6, and of the 4 or 5 ahead of you, only 2 or 3 of them are buyers. And again, they'd have to be in the same market as you. So in my opinion, there is no excuse for you not to get whoever it is you want.
Well, and I'll piggyback off what you're saying. With our farm system being so good, with us being in this position, I really think the Rangers have about a 3-year window right here, maybe 4. But and I say that with the
championship window,
Seager, Simeon, DeGrom, Josh Young in his prime, that 3 to 4 year window, and you guys know I'm very win now. You asked me what I thought about the Rams trading it all and getting a ring. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate goal. So with that being said, anyone not named Jack Leiter is tradable in my opinion for the Rangers. I agree. Any single player.
And
I don't hate it.
Possibly hot take here. I almost don't want to say it out loud. I really don't want to trade Leiter. I will say that, but
I wouldn't do that.
To your point,
what would get you to do that? Like what? Who could come up and do that?
I think to the point we're making, if this team had
Ohtani.
Honestly.
If this team had a glaring hole and it was like, if we just had a hitting shortstop, if there was something to that effect, I think it would be a little different.
Yeah.
But because you're not in that situation. But to piggyback what you were saying, one, I've been very vocal about growing up. I was like, man, you can't trade Jerickson Profar. You can't trade whatever. Yeah, no more of that. You can trade. If you have a chance to win a World Series, I don't care. That's why you've built this farm system. And you built this farm system by trading Gallo and Lynn and Gibson. You did it very quickly overnight.
This first time, though, Tyler, this year, next year, ask me again. I don't think that we're a trade away from winning the World Series. I think
Fair.
I think we're good enough to win the World Series. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's not a black and white type deal where, dude, if y'all make this trade, you're gonna go win a ring.
Yeah, there's not like you're saying. There's not a blatant hole.
Again, like if you were a starter, if you needed one more starting pitcher, if you had a good rotation but not a certified ace, that would be different.
Well, it's kind of been tough for me because like when DeGrom went out, I was like, okay, they're done, And then like Dane Dunning, Evaldi,
John Gray,
like all these guys just coming out of nowhere. When I'm like where were these people? You know what I mean?
We also are not. We haven't mentioned his name, and I feel like that's what type of player he is. But our boy Martin Perez is really good.
Absolutely.
He's
been way better than I thought he would be.
Really, really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially coming off a year like last year, it kind of came out of nowhere. He's really come back and done it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he had a couple shaky starts at the very beginning.
We're good, dude. I'm telling y'all, we're going to be fine.
The last thing I wanted to piggyback on kind of with your take is, to me, not only do you have a chance to win right now, but again, I think this team has the perfect mix of veteran guys, but also young guys. Like, I think you have a window of 4 or 5 years. I think, and again, that would be different to me, but like the whole idea of building your farm system is let's see how, I can be good in the future. Well, this team should still be good in the future, and you're going to have time to start rebuilding that farm system. I say go for it. Whatever it is that you need to do, whatever, go for it.
Again, me too. Anyone not named Jack Leiter, totally tradable. I wouldn't trade him though, because I think next year he's probably an impact starting pitcher for us.
Evan Carter's probably he's very quickly putting himself in that conversation as well. But outside of that, it's going to take a number of guys. And again, like I hate to say it, but people kind of threw a fit when we traded Joey Gallo, and we didn't even get a top 10 prospect up from the Yankees. But now you're looking at who those guys were. It was Josh Smith. It was another pitcher. But yeah, I mean, like Lance Lynn, you got Dane Dunning for that.
Yeah.
For Kyle Gibson, you got Spencer Howard. Like these are guys
you got
who
Adolis for what, cash considerations?
You got Adolis Garcia for cash considerations.
Yeah.
You got Nathaniel Lowe for nothing. But yeah, everyone got mad when we started trading these guys, and it has put you in this great position. I say go for it. And again, if this doesn't work out in 3, 4, 5 years from now, whoever you've traded for, you're not a winner anymore. Let me trade some of these guys. I can start building that farm system again. Now, if this would have been the older days or just another DFW team, you don't really trust the front office probably. But guess what? Chris Young has made it clear he can be trusted, both with free agency and with trades. I trust this front office wholeheartedly.
Regardless of what happens at this point, you have to trust him. I mean, it was a little crazy that he spent $500 million on Simeon and Seager last year.
People made fun of us for it.
And
that is true.
Obviously, those two are the staple of what is happening this year. So it's already a great move. I think. Okay, I'm going to ask a couple questions here about the Rangers. Okay. Number one. Do the Texas Rangers, are they a lock for the playoffs at this very moment?
Absolutely. I would.
Ezekiel Duran was the other guy from the Yankee trade. Sorry. But I think, man, I'm
just asking.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah. You called it.
The Texas Rangers will win the AL West.
Okay. Ooh, that was my next question.
Lock it in. We're winning the AL West.
Today, will the Rangers hold off the Houston Astros?
I absolutely think so. It seems like everything that kind of, injuries, all that kind of stuff, was it Simeon was out or was it Seager? One of them was out.
I'm responding to comments. I'm not listening to you. I'm sorry.
Seager was out, yeah.
Seager was out.
Garver's been out. DeGrom's been out.
There's been a lot of people out. My mind's running right now.
Okay, I will say, any chance I get to just crap on Astros fans, I have to do it. They spent the first whole month of the season.
For a second.
Of course, we're minding our own business.
We're not. Dang.
We're not tagging anybody.
Son.
We don't care about Houston. We're just celebrating our wins. And Astro fans come out of the woodwork. Oh, y'all celebrate wins in April, May. We keep it rolling. We're still the best team in the AL West. It's still early. Y'all still haven't accomplished nothing. Now it's June, and they've pivoted to, well, y'all haven't really beat anyone yet. Y'all are just playing like we're living in their heads so rent free, and God, I love it. I hate.
Wrong way. Wrong way.
I
hate Astro fans.
All right, Chad.
That's for the fan to decide.
Don't forget, up until maybe a decade ago, when the Rangers would go to Houston, the crowd would be cheering for the Rangers.
Yeah.
All these people, lifelong Astro fans, do not exist.
That's for the fan to decide.
It is for the fan to decide. But yeah, Astro fans are coming for us every single day on Twitter and worry about your own problems maybe.
I also I also think that the Rangers will definitely hold off the Astros, and I think the Astros are going to make the playoffs. I think that
They probably will, yeah.
Boy, a Texas versus Houston playoff series would be
I wouldn't be able to handle it.
would be awesome.
This show, I would
Yeah,
be
it'd be-
unbearable or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or amazing, one of the two.
Yeah. Okay, so we keep saying the word piggyback.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
I was
Stuck
wondering
in-
if that
big
was y'all
piggyback
saying
stuck
over
in
over
my
here.
brain.
pig,
Y'all
pig
I know, I
been
know.
piggybacking?
So to go towards another DFW sport,
Okay.
Tyler said before the episode that we
Yeah.
needed to have a 2022-2023 Dallas Stars Memorial.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, back in the olden days when I was just the host of the Linen Closet podcast, anytime a DFW season is over, we have to have a memorial service, and I think y'all agree we're going to keep that trend going.
Yeah.
So it unfortunately, because we haven't been here for the last couple weeks,
Ah.
we have to say some words for the 2022-2023 Dallas Stars.
It sucks.
It does.
The series did not go what I thought. I thought that games 1 and games 2 against Vegas were overtime losses, and that stinks. I thought game 2 was taken away from us. Game 3, we came out and laid the biggest goose egg I believe I've ever seen in a playoff game, especially hockey, as my Dallas Stars fandom
Man,
goes.
that one sucked because
it was bad.
there was still that thought in all of our heads, I think, where it was like, okay, but all we've done is lose on the road. And coming into the series, we knew we've got to win our home games, and we only have to win one on the road. That's still the case. You know, come out here, get it done tonight. And it was, 10 minutes into that game, it was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
2 or 3 to nothing
Yeah.
instantly.
I mean, they'd already pulled Otter. It was, yeah.
I mean, golly, I was super disappointed. I really thought the Stars were good enough to win it, and I still think they were good enough to win it. I think Vegas was just better, and
Yeah,
Vegas
Vegas
is gonna, Florida won last night in OT.
That was cute.
But
Yeah, even
Vegas
then-
is gonna win this series, and they're gonna win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, even then it took at home and overtime to get a win.
Yeah.
I do want to say this. A lot of people had made the comment about how sad the Stars went out in that Game 5, and if that were the case, why even get there? But, like, I'm not one to usually have moral victories and that sort of thing, and I very much was like, get it over with.
Game
I
6.
don't care. Game 6, yes. They
It
didn't,
makes it even worse.
but they didn't.
My toxic trait as a sports fan, Dallas sports fan, is that the second that we won Game 5 and got it to 3-2,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn,
We're
son,
in. We're in.
gonna do it, baby.
We were-
Stars in
That's
7.
That's what
we
we
were
thought
texting
too.
each other.
7.
I'm on Twitter. It was always Stars and 7.
Yes.
What
And
a
then-
fool!
But-
what a
And they came
fool.
out and just
What a fool!
To their credit, they could have rolled over and died in Game 4. They didn't have to force a Game 6. I mean, they fought till the very end. They fought till the very end.
I want to say, I know I already said this, but if Vegas is already winning a Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
yeah.
we've got to work on the,
We need to
the
revisit the-
expansion
yes.
rules.
We do.
I think it's mandatory 10 years of suck.
Yeah.
Like, I think you've got to play in the league. You've got to pay your dues. You have to suck for a while.
They might need to change. So the way it's currently set up, I think I broke it down on here one day, but
it's positionally.
Yes.
You can
you can only protect.
X players
Yes.
protect
They might
this
need
many
to.
positions.
They might need to add to that. They
Yeah.
might need to make it a
How
little.
many years have they been in the league? This is
Yeah.
their second Stanley Cup that they've been to.
And Seattle not far behind.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah, so it's something like that. And
Yeah.
they lost.
They've already been to a Stanley
They're
Cup.
going to
Yeah.
win this one.
They're going to win this one.
Seattle was a game away from getting to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Too easy.
It definitely feels cheap. Like
It
it feels
is.
very cheap.
I'm telling you, if there was a new NFL team, if
Oh,
a
they
new
would-
NFL
yeah.
team came in, they would go 1-15.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Oh yeah.
It's
If-
been-
Guaranteed.
it's been
that's
almost
if they
20
had the
years.
Browns on their schedule.
yeah, no, guaranteed 1-15.
It's been almost 20 years, and the Texans still suck.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs a few times, but let's be real.
Yeah,
Were
I
the
mean-
Texans ever like a contender?
Now
No.
let me ask you
They
this.
were winning because someone had to win their division.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Let me ask you this: is it like that in hockey because it's not a major sport in America?
and
know
like
what I
you're
mean?
saying, they need to get good quickly so that
So
there's
that
a
people will
market.
buy in. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if that's kind of in.
That's not a
in their
terrible thought.
pattern. I don't know. I'm just, that's just something
Jeremy-
that's just popped into my head.
Jeremy Delors, question: do Stars need to get rid of Ben and Sagan?
Oh.
So, no, but here's why.
No, I'd say no.
I think they have done a very good job. I think not so much last year. I think we really saw it this year. I think they've done a really good job of accepting what their new role is.
Yeah.
And especially you have all these younger guys, Robo and Hintz, and all your like main guys are young. I think it helps to have those guys. Obviously, Jamie Benn has to not get kicked out of games.
Yeah,
Boy,
don't
that was
cross-check somebody in the
terrible.
neck.
That was awful. It was
Yeah,
a
just-
momentary
I saw
lapse
someone-
of
When
human
he's supposed to be the
judgment.
mature one.
That
Right.
was
Someone
awful.
someone on Twitter had said something to the effect of like, I hope Jamie Benn comes back pissed off. I'm like, I hope he doesn't.
No,
Yeah, how about we
no,
don't?
actually need to keep him in check. Apparently,
I've already seen him pissed off and it
Yeah.
didn't go well.
Tyler, to your point, I'm not going to say piggyback.
Piggyback off it.
So
Come on.
let's piggyback
Let's
off
piggyback.
that
But-
thought pattern.
I think last year there were so many times where I would watch Tyler Sagan, and I needed him to do more. Like he was out there a lot. I needed more out of Tyler Sagan. I think Ben did good things. He's a facilitator. He's a good facilitator. He still did good this year in those spots, but I thought this year Sagan, like you're saying, played more of his role.
I think
They
so,
did better because you gotta have Robo, you gotta have Hintz, you've got to have these guys at the forefront of what's going on.
And as we're seeing, Robo's still very much learning how to be the guy.
Yeah, because
Robo Hintz has no problem being
in
the
the
guy.
playoffs.
But,
Robo's not the guy. But if Jeremy, if there is a name that I had to pick that won't be a star next year, just my guess.
can I guess who your guess is?
It's pretty easy.
Is
but
it Pavs?
it's Pavelski, man,
Yeah.
and I hate that because he's probably never going to get a Stanley Cup. He's kind of one of the big veterans in the league that doesn't have a Stanley Cup, doesn't have
Chris
his name.
Paul of the NHL.
Speaking
that's-
of, did you
that's
see
a-
he got cut?
Chris Paul
Anyway,
in the NHL. I feel
we'll
like that's
come back to that in
Is
a
that
second.
a really great comparison? Chris
Uh,
is Pavs Chris Paul.
Of the
Chris
I
Paul.
wanna-
Chris
I wanna
Paul is probably
say-
better,
Okay.
relatively speaking.
I was gonna say I want Pavs. I want to say Pavs is better. It's probably not.
I mean, Chris Paul is a first ballot Hall of
Chris
Famer.
Paul
easily.
is probably a top 5 to 10 point guard of all time.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know that Pavs
First
is
ballot
that.
Hall of Famer.
But my thing is with this team, this I don't want to say was what.
You remember that time?
What I kept saying the
Corey,
same.
no, remember that time that Corey got that call about
Oh yeah, from Gavin.
about Chris Paul being the greatest point guard of all
Oh,
time.
dude,
and he said Chris Paul's never played defense a day in his life.
You turned into like a WWE
yeah,
wrestler.
I was like Stephen A. Smith at
Well, let
one
me
point.
tell you something.
And now we're 11 or 10ish episodes later, and Corey's bald.
I will say somebody, Jeremy texted me today about,
That's awesome.
What a show!
yeah.
This is a weird show.
Oh man, Jeremy texted me today about Chris Paul possibly being traded in a 3-team trade with the Mavs, the Suns, and the Clippers. And we lost. Yeah,
Wait,
we
wait.
lost Nico Batum and
Nick. Isn't he just Nick? N-I-C? Nick Batum?
What are we talking about?
Why am I
Yeah,
telling you?
did this
you're on
trade
pretty sure
my
it's
happens?
Nico Batum. That's what we call him.
What?
Okay.
Chris
Anyway,
Paul got cut.
Anyways, they were talking about trading him, and I was like, well, we could form the big three of the ICU because they'd all be injured,
Okay.
you know.
I have one final start stop before we go that direction. Again, I think this was step one for this team because you're not losing. The only player you might lose is Domi, and he's pretty made it clear he would like to stay if at all possible. You
and
literally
I mean,
aren't
that's replaceable.
losing anybody.
No, you still got Otter. Dude, as long as you have
Kiwi
Robo,
Ranta might could leave as well, but
as long as
Who?
you have Robo, Hintz, and Otter, this team will be successful.
I agree. Let's wrap up this memorial service again. One sucks. It's a bummer, but I'm happy it happened.
Hey.
We had a ton of fun on this show. We made Korey a lifelong
Yeah,
Stars
I'm
fan.
a Stars guy.
And unfortunately for all you watching, y'all are going to have to start hearing Stars
Yeah.
talk year round. I think we are year-round Stars coverage now.
Be
Okay.
glad that it happened, not sad that it ended. You know
Agreed.
what I mean?
Wow, that was inspirational from a
Read-
bald guy.
Yeah, I read it on the.
Ball guy.
Okay, so we've got about 30-ish minutes here. Okay, I'm gonna throw a topic out there that's probably a little premature,
Uh-oh.
but I've been itching. It's in that time
You
of year.
probably should get that checked out. then.
Yeah, I've got a number for that. But 11 episodes ago, I need to get the doctor checked out for a couple
I
things.
may be bald, but at least I can say episodes.
11 episodes ago, I made a comment that I was excited to talk about other things in football. The Super Bowl was coming up at that time, yada, yada, yada. Well, it's June 9th, and I miss football.
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk about
there.
football.
Yeah,
So,
we were just talking about that today.
we are going to throw out this topic. We're going to get a little early thoughts, early preview. College football.
College football.
College football. I think that this year in college football coming up is one of the most unknown years we've had in a good while.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I
mean,
couldn't-
outside of LSU being the clear favorite for
Oh, okay.
So, speaking of clear favorites, other than the fact that Georgia has won 2 in a row, Okay,
Yeah.
I get that. I do not see a clear cut favorite in this year's national championship run.
Dude, I mean, not only I agree with that so much so that I'm looking at the betting favorites right now. There's only one for conference, not for a championship, to win a conference. Georgia's the only one who's even minus money.
Really?
Jeez.
Clemson isn't even. They're tied as the favorite to win the ACC.
Can you look up national championship odds?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Well, who's playing quarterback for Georgia now?
it's a great question.
You know,
That's a great
Stetson's on
question.
to a Kia dealership in L.A.
Yeah. So Georgia, new quarterback. Okay. Ohio State, new quarterback.
Look that
I'll throw the top 4 at you.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Can I try to guess?
There are only 4 that are better than a plus 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I think. Okay. So obviously Georgia is up there.
They are. They are the favorite at plus 225.
Okay. That's lower than I would have thought.
Yeah, that feels like an awful bet because
I would make that bet.
Yeah.
You,
At plus
you make
225.
that deal.
I'd make that deal.
Hit it.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Oh, hit
do
me
it.
with it, Corey.
Oh, sorry,
Too
I
late
forgot.
now.
My bad.
So
He's gonna learn to be a
Georgia,
producer.
I'm gonna go. You gotta go USC, don't you? With the Heisman Trophy coming
They
back.
are close. They
Yeah.
have this. They are tied for the 5th best at plus
Really?
1400.
Okay. So Ohio State,
Yes, they are 3rd plus 650.
Bama.
2nd plus 450. Who you got is the 4th one. I want to give you a hint, but I can't think of one.
They didn't show it last year. Oh no, there's another team. It's Tennessee or Clemson.
It is neither. It is.
wow.
I believe they were a playoff team last year. Michigan.
Oh,
shoot. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, they had the
Michigan.
quarterback come back. That's on me.
Yeah. Okay, so Georgia quarterbacks next year. Looks like it's a battle between Carson Beck, Brock Vandegrift, and Gunnar Stockton.
I don't know any of those
All
guys.
dudes who will possibly be joining
Dude, do you remember?
Stetson Bennett at the Kia dealership.
Do you remember back in the day when you'd be like in the 20th year of a dynasty mode on NCAA?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
those are the names
It's
that
like,
you
man,
find.
it's Vanderpump and Cody Beck.
Speaking of, next summer
coming back.
coming
yeah.
back.
It's
Except
back.
except there's all this talk about how there's a group of players that aren't happy about getting paid $500. To that I say,
Boo.
boo.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, as a college football player,
Right.
I'm 99% sure if I asked any of my teammates $500 or just to be in the game,
Yeah.
I would think a vast majority would take to be in the game. And if you told them that they could get $500
Right.
and be in the game,
Yes.
It's
exactly.
It's $500, and you're in the greatest video game of all time. Now, granted, these kids probably didn't get to play NCAA the way we did. They'd have
Yeah.
been much younger at the time.
Still, though.
But I mean, I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and granted, I was not a Division I football player. I was at a D2 for baseball, so very different. But like, I understand the broke college kid thing. But like, one, this is any form of money.
Yeah.
2, again,
Yeah.
you're on the video game. Like, where is this?
I used to have to pay $59.99 just to be on the game, and that was my
Right.
creative player.
Right.
You know.
I just don't understand. Where's this outroar? I think this is a straw man argument where it's like, I haven't seen any of these kids be like, I wouldn't do it.
There's probably one that could make a case, Caleb Williams, if he wanted to say something about, whatever. But the easy fix to that is, hey, Caleb, we'll put you on the cover
Yeah.
and we'll pay you more.
Yeah.
Now get out of here.
Or you can be QB13
Yeah.
at USC.
Well, and also it's an easy solution, okay? Opt in or opt out.
Yeah.
Oof.
And if you opt out, are you talking about the comment?
Yeah, how you feel about that?
Well, she just texted me. Have we ever talked about the fact that
no.
I got
Go for it.
engaged?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That
congrats.
happened while we
Yeah.
were gone. Yeah.
Future.
No, it didn't. There's no way that's right.
Was it?
No, we've done one since
no.
then.
We
'cause
just
we talked
we
after-
just
yeah.
hadn't brought it up. But yeah, my
Future-
fiance, future Miss Humphreys, Jill Whitney,
is
Texas
big on
A&M,
A&M.
Texas A&M grad.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
really?
Gotcha.
Really?
Did not know
But
that.
she's pulling the this is our year thing.
As a Cowboy fan, you know it well.
Yeah.
Right.
You know it well.
Okay, that was a stray. Right
I'm
there.
also a
That was-
Cowboy
I am
fan.
claiming that this
Yeah.
is the year for Texas A&M.
Well,
We-
to
we
that
know
I
it
say,
well.
who is your starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Because it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I think A&M supposedly had this world-altering recruiting class a couple years ago. Hadn't seen that.
Yeah. It altered the
I
world
actually
just
said-
for the worse.
I actually said that. I said this like 2 years ago, so we're in year 3-ish of when I made this comment. I said that if Texas A&M didn't win a national championship in the next 4 years, and this was like 2 years ago, that they will never win a national championship, and I stand true to that.
And I stand by that.
I actually thought that pre-Jimbo days, like Kevin Sumlin kept having those wild recruiting class after
Yes.
recruiting class after recruiting class, and it's like, man, if y'all can't win with this, I don't.
And I the thing that sucks is that there's a decent chance, there's a more than a decent chance that A&M will dethrone a giant next year. They always seem to find a way to beat a Bama or a Tennessee or a Georgia, or pull up their schedule for me.
Yeah, and then Jamarcus
And
Russell
then-
University will
and then-
dethrone them.
Yeah, and it's just like,
We lost him last year. I'm
you
keeping my
know,
mouth shut.
it's like, for how long can our biggest win in school history be a regular season game?
Yeah.
For how long is that okay? Because it's not. And I honestly, I have a bone to pick with both. I have a bone to pick with
that
both
bone.
the major Texas schools.
Okay.
University of Texas, who I'm a fan of, Texas A&M, be better. It's embarrassing. It's been so long before anything good has come out of either. I mean, A&M really, since the 30s, but Texas hasn't done anything good since the Colt McCoy days. Which, with the resources that Texas and Texas A&M have, that's inexcusable.
Now they are the favorite to win the Big 12 this year, and I do think it would be pretty Texas to like final year in the Big 12
To win it.
and then talk about it for the remainder of time.
The undefeated Big 12 champion.
We're the last Big 12 champ. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that there's.
But I think that goes to your point. If that would have happened in 2005, like that wouldn't be worth mentioning for them. But now we've arrived at a place where like that would be the thing you talk about for the remainder of time.
Yeah.
How did we arrive at a place where Texas is celebrating moral victories?
Yeah, and it really happened when they were like, "We're back." That's
Yeah, we'll
the
never let
thing
them live that
kinda-
down.
Yeah,
That's what ruined their whole
You ready for the A&M
thing.
Yeah, read the A&M schedule. to
By
me.
the way, real quick before I do want to say something I used to do in the early Twitter days that was very popular for whatever reason. I would do it every year on July 1st, and if y'all are cool with it, I would like to do it on Down and Out.
Okay.
Send us your team or whatever team you want us to do a schedule of, and we will break down game by game what we think their record will be.
Definitely,
I think it'd be
That
fun.
sounds
So
great.
go ahead, send them in the comments.
I
We're not
hate
going to
that
do it right now.
Appalachian State.
I hate that our last episode got messed up because
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Cowboys
Yes.
schedule breakdown.
I did as well.
Obviously, we probably wouldn't go into that depth, but send in your random college.
We
okay,
can get ready and do them
A&M.
next week or whenever.
So do A&M.
Week 1 versus, I will say versus or at,
Okay,
versus New Mexico.
win,
Loss. No, I'm joking.
Week 2 at Miami.
win.
Okay. Versus ULM.
Miami, another school. Be better.
Yeah.
you have all these. Be better.
You have all these alumni too.
You're the
right?
Yeah.
U.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Be better.
Okay, so 2-0.
The Rock.
Then versus the Rock. Yeah.
The Rock.
Then versus Louisiana Monroe.
Win.
Versus Auburn.
How many home games are they playing?
A lot.
Versus Auburn. Who's Auburn's quarterback this year?
Stetson Bennett the fourth. No, I'm joking.
Corey.
You
You're
can't.
about to be fired. Win.
Is it still? Wait 1 second.
No, Bo Nix is
No,
gone.
he was in
He's at
Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Looking at their roster, I don't recognize any of these dudes. At. Oh no. So well, this is a neutral because they play every year
Arkansas.
at AT&T. Yeah, Arkansas.
Ryan, what you thinking?
I'm gonna go loss.
Oh,
I'm gonna go loss
there he
there.
is.
I'm gonna go loss.
I like Arkansas more than most.
I'm gonna go loss.
They were solid early in the season last year.
Okay.
Keep going on the schedule.
Where are we at on that, by the way? Where are you? What's your?
It's whatever. And
I've got one loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
first
and
loss.
one.
I've got
Okay.
one loss.
I'm tailing Ryan at this point because I'm
then-
not allowed.
Then they do get to play this one at Kyle Field, but Bama.
Loss.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think so as well.
drumming.
Yeah. At Tennessee.
Loss.
I think so
I think
as well.
Tennessee. I tell you what. I think Tennessee. I've seen the quarterback. I've seen the clips. Seen the arm. I'm intrigued.
Now I don't know who the next QB after Hendon Hooker is, but
The best arm you've ever seen
Is
in your
it?
entire life.
It's Remarcus Jussel.
Corey.
so that would be three. You had that 3 losses in a row. Then versus South Carolina.
Win.
Yeah, I would think so.
Is,
Joe
is
Mil-
Rattler still there?
Yes. Joe Milton, by the way, is the
Oh
Tennessee
yeah,
quarterback's
he was
name.
good last year. Yeah.
He's a Heisman.
Yeah, 'cause
Heisman dark
yeah,
horse.
He came in for Hooker, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Then you've got at Ole Miss.
So the problem with predicting
Ooh.
these games, the Ole Miss, the South Carolinas, the Auburns, A&M will lose one of those.
Right.
So it's like I'll say win, but like I know for a fact they're going to lose one of those because they always do.
I actually have LSU losing to Ole Miss this year because there's
Really?
a decent chance Walker Howard could be their starting quarterback, who is a transfer from LSU, and that would just be the most LSU thing on earth. But
Who's y'all's quarterback this year?
it's still going to be Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who really came on at the end of the year last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's,
I mean
he's
a,
solid.
He's a baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I was
very.
trying to remember if he had gone anywhere.
To me, he's very reminiscent of like the LSU quarterbacks I grew up on, like Jordan Jefferson, like
Yeah.
very, very good, but like not amazing.
Yeah.
But
Inconsistent, maybe.
Good enough by who he's surrounded by.
yes,
Okay.
Like, good,
very
like,
much so.
Yeah, can get it done.
Outside of that, you have
Mettenberger-ish.
versus Mississippi State versus ACU, and then at LSU. So you're looking at
Yeah,
four.
I mean that's
4 or 5 losses.
4 losses, 5 losses,
Yeah.
which is a pretty generic, and that's just
Yeah,
that
it's
is what
just
it is. What it
another
is.
But the
Nothing to
future,
write home
Yeah.
about.
the future Mrs. Ryan Humphreys does think it is their year, and I think now's a
well,
good
you
time
just
to
wait.
announce.
It ain't happening.
You just wait, Ryan.
It ain't happening.
Every June for the rest of your life, you're going to be hoisting the it's our year trophy
Yeah.
in your household.
Well, I do in September with Dallas Cowboys. So
Y'all just take turns, you know.
we did just move into our house, and the only A&M thing that has graced my man cave room, because you guys know I'm a knick-knack guy, so I got lots of
you're
cool
a big
stuff.
knick-knack guy.
I do have an autographed Johnny Manziel helmet,
Oh,
mini
cool.
helmet.
Wow.
Heisman Trophy winner. I feel like that's
Yeah, super
that's
cool.
That's not even just an A&M thing. That's a historical thing.
Hey, someone make track of these. Jeremy wants OU and Tarleton State. Tarleton State would be fun.
Tarleton
Oh,
State. Hey, I
that would be
played
fun.
against Tarleton State. Yeah.
Be a lot of blindly
beat 'em?
guessing. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Oh
but-
no, hey, I can tell you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I can tell you. They're not good. They're not good.
We got Alex back in our comments. Shout out to Alex.
What did he say?
He said something about bleeding purple. Who would that be?
Go
Tarleton.
Tigers.
Oh, okay,
go
okay.
Tigers.
I didn't know if
I don't know. He
Oh,
may
I
have
thought
said it
Jeremy
to
was
Tarleton
saying
State,
that.
or he may because I was talking to LSU at the point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Knowing
it might be
Alex, who
Tarleton
knows?
State. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Alex might be living on his own
He's
world. I
Abilene
don't-
Christian, you know.
It might
So
be.
so I'm not even want to ask that yet because we'll probably have a very college football centric episode where we give our Final Four, give our Heisman Trophy winner.
I would
all
also
that.
like to predict a winner of each main conference. I think that'd be
Oh
fun.
wow.
No,
I'll have to figure
we'll
out
have
what the conferences
We'll have
are.
a full episode devoted to
It's literally
just that.
what we'll be doing for the next.
Yeah,
3
so
months.
we'll save that today. But yeah, that was my TED talk about Texas and Texas A&M. It's time.
Well,
It's time to do something.
Yeah.
I've got
Put
something-
up or shut up. It basically.
I'm gonna keep it in your realm. This is something that's very near and dear to your heart. Obviously, Mavs offseason is on the horizon. We don't know what's anything could happen.
The mic just cut out.
Boo.
But it was reported by Shams of all people, meaning about the most
Interessante.
reliable person we
I know where
have.
this is going.
Uh,
Don't know how I feel about it.
Kyrie Irving is trying to recruit LeBron James to Dallas,
Or-
and
or-
it was even reported that LeBron is hearing him out. He's considering it. Yeah, I feel like
I'm gonna be honest.
Uh-oh, here we go.
The Ryan, lifelong, dedicated, faithful LeBron fan is like, hell yeah, dude. I'm getting out my credit card right now to buy a jersey. The down and out host, analyst, whatever you want to call me, no, dude. No. That is
Nah,
is
dude.
not it. That is man, I don't see that going well. It might go well once. It might go well next year, but
yeah,
that's not the move.
It's not the move.
It's
It's one of those.
not because
I don't think it is at all. No.
A tiny part of me would like to see it happen just to see it happen, but
For kicks and grins, you know.
Yeah,
But like
I don't.
how
Or-
much do they talk about Jordan in a Wizards jersey? You know, so it's like,
or we.
what does it really matter?
well, I mean,
Okay,
LeBron is much better than
LeBron-
Wizards
LeBron
Jordan.
did go to the Lakers and win a championship.
I know.
So-
I know.
But-
I'm not even a LeBron guy, but I mean, he's not Wizards Jordan.
Okay, yeah, no, he just had a almost 40-point triple-double in his last
Literally,
playoff
yeah.
game.
That's
So,
fair,
I think it might be great for a year, but
but not much after that.
I don't think much after that now. Or he comes and we draft Bronny, and Bronny is the second coming, and this is the greatest move of all
There
time.
you
I don't
go.
know. But I'm
just-
out on that.
I don't see him. I don't see him going anywhere from LA. Mainly because I think he's comfortable there. I think he likes it there. Also, Bronny's going to USC.
Well, it's good. It's good for post basketball life.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. I think
Bronny's going to USC. No
Yeah,
shot.
I really don't think
no
he's
shot
leaving.
this is happening.
My
no way.
My honest opinion of this situation, and I think I told you this as soon as it was reported, and then later the next day or whenever we saw some reports that maybe that is, but my genuine reaction was this is literally this is LeBron and Kyrie, I guess,
Yeah.
sending a message to the Lakers of like, we will leave if you don't.
I'll take my ball and I'll go home.
Right. I think
Yeah.
it's literally just them. I think it's LeBron and their people just kind of leaking this out so the Lakers have to get it together and do what he wants
get
them to
Now-
do. I don't think that's
And I think, honestly, a lot of the reason LeBron wasn't happy in LA was because they were losing. Well, now, the way they retooled, I
Yeah.
mean, I think
I
they're
will
kinda
say,
good.
if I had to put money on one side or the other right now, I would say that Kyrie Irving is a Maverick next year.
I would too.
He everything he has said so far. It even came out again today that like he wants to recruit for the Mavericks. He very much wants to be here and wants to help.
Well,
put
if Kyrie
together
Irving
his
is a
team.
Maverick next year, and we've got Luka and Kyrie back, excluding the probable NBA champions Denver Nuggets, if the Mavericks aren't the top 4
Yeah.
team in the West,
When
blow it up.
and
Yeah.
Luca and
Blow
Kyrie,
it up.
they've been working out together. I think the hope is that they'll develop more
Yeah.
chemistry.
Dude, pictures came out of Luca today. He looks
Dude,
good.
he is not hookah Luca this summer.
It's
not.
bubble,
He looks
it's
good.
bubble Luka, baby.
Yeah, he's back,
Yeah, he's
honestly.
back.
And,
He looks damn good.
and I think he's kind of getting tired of people talking about, does he really love the sport? Is he
Again,
really
hey,
dedicated to it? Yada,
I'm a
yada,
huge
yada.
Luka guy. I am a diehard Luka guy. If Luka plays a game outside of a Mavericks jersey in the NBA,
Failure.
probably no longer a fan of the NBA.
Yeah.
That's just me. Luka not making the playoffs this last year
Colossal.
Yeah.
is a massive failure. Any way you look at it, it's a massive, massive failure. So that can't happen.
Well, and especially
Cannot
like
happen.
midway through the season, it looked like it was a lock. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we're,
No, it
we're
can't
great,
happen. Can't
Tebs,
happen.
call in and tell us what you would think about the LeBron thing. I know you've got opinions.
Hey, Teb said huge year for Quinn Ewers. I agree.
Yeah, he's got to.
It's
He's got to.
He's got to.
better
This
be
is,
the year
this
of
is
the
his
mullet.
year.
and not get
Actually,
his,
I think
not get his
Texas-
collarbone broke
I
against
think-
Alabama.
I think Texas definitely wins the Big 12 this year.
They are the favorite to do so. And again, like I don't think OU.
I don't know who's OU's quarterback. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, TCU,
And last year, after the thumping that they took from Texas,
Yeah.
TCU should still be good, but
Chandler Morris.
903-243-9567.
Sorry.
Is that right?
Yeah, I got
it's
it
also
up
in
now.
our comments, but
I've got it up now.
Okay.
But
Sorry
yeah,
about
I don't really see the Big 12 as being all that competitive this year.
I
as
don't
a matter
either.
of fact,
I
don't
think it's very
I
much
think
their
Texas
year to
is going
win
to
it.
run away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Texas, here's the deal: if Texas can somehow, like, if their only loss is against Bama early in the year, and that's their only loss, they'll make the playoffs. They will.
Texas
Yeah.
needs to run away with the Big 12 this year, especially going to
100%.
the SEC.
Going into the SEC, you need to set the tone.
Have to.
You need to set the
Or
tone.
else
It'd be
it's
great
gonna
for
be-
recruiting too.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, dark
I
winter.
can't wait because forever all I've heard
If Texas doesn't win the Big 12, no, I'm joking.
well, all I've heard forever
I
as
will shave
Shave my head.
maybe it'll have grown back by then. I
It's
don't
going
know.
to take a lot longer.
Probably not.
Maybe by the time Texas is in the SEC.
Texas will have just lost to Kansas by the time his hair comes back.
right? But we have heard forever as an LSU fans like the SEC bias and y'all aren't as good as y'all think y'all
Yeah.
are in that conference. Blah
We're
blah
gonna
blah
find
blah.
out.
Come find out.
We're going
Yeah,
to find
real quick.
out.
Come find out.
Real quick, the SEC does not play around.
Did Tebs ever call in?
No, I haven't got any.
Talk about
Wait, I
another-
think you're supposed.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to message me.
Gotcha. Text the number. I don't care. I mean, I'm not gonna beg you to be on the show, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on. Love you.
The only other summer thing I want to bring up that I'm giddy about, June 1st is the unofficial start of this in my world. You can now start looking at fantasy football rankings
Yeah.
and mock drafts, and I feel like June 1st is the ceremonial, hey, I'm going to look up what these rankings are, and it actually means something.
We've got a potential second down and out bet. Jeremy Delorge will bet you about the Big 12.
Oh, interesting.
I guess are you
Dylan Gabriel, who didn't play like that, mattered.
Do y'all want to hear
It
from?
was like 68 to nothing, dude.
do you wanna hear from
Yeah,
Luke?
I'll make a bet.
All right.
Whatever you got, Jeremy. I'm not shaving my head though. Not doing it.
I'm
Not-
calling Luke right
I'm not
now.
calling him dad. Not even
now? I
if there's a
wonder
fire.
if he's trying to ask if he gets the field and you get Texas.
Oh,
Texas
there we
versus
go.
No,
Philly.
he's an OU guy. That was the bet.
Tebs, you there?
Hello.
There he
All
is.
right.
There he is.
So, reoccurring
Hello,
caller,
Earl.
our favorite reoccurring caller. Luke Tebbets, huge LeBron guy for anyone that doesn't know. So I know
I'm now a big Luke Tebbets guy.
I know you've got opinions. Hit me with it. Or we'll hear more from
That's
the
a
dog.
good one.
So Tyler, you should be more excited about that even being a slim possibility
That's fair.
because
Okay.
you're saying, okay, the LeBron is what he is at this age, but you're not bringing him in to be the guy. You've got two other guys.
I agree
would
with
be
that.
happy
That's fair.
with
You've
LeBron
changed
as
my
number
entire
3.
perspective.
That's true. Is this the first time a caller's come in and we've been like, you know what? You're right.
Also,
You're absolutely
I,
right,
I
Tabs.
literally said on this episode that I am Mr. Win Now, and if LeBron came
True.
in and we won a single ring
Yes.
with LeBron, Kyrie, and Luka,
One.
sign me up, dude.
Luka, Kyrie, LeBron, Draymond Green.
That's also
and,
possible.
Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell, yes.
That team can win it.
Hey,
No, it
they've
can't.
made their
Yes, it
money.
can.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
know.
let's all take a little bit less.
Hey, there you go. There you go, Tabs.
Hey, Tom Brady did it for 20 years. He had
did.
7 rings to show for
LeBron's making enough money right now.
it.
He's got enough.
LeBron's a billionaire.
Yeah.
What do you think is more likely? LeBron comes to Dallas or Kyrie goes to LA?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Kyrie goes to LA.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I
So
agree.
too.
I agree, but I would still say that neither. I'd still say that neither are going to happen if I had to bet.
I will say me and Tez have already agreed if LeBron is a Mav, we are going to multiple games together, so you can join the Down and Out crew for our
Multiple.
I'll
Yeah.
name my third child
Multiple.
LeBron.
yeah.
LeBron Hankins.
I always said that I would name my kid. His middle name would be James if I had a boy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a mega LeBron fan.
Final
Like,
thought before we let you go. You're also a big
Me and my
Texas
wife,
fan, right?
Wait, say that again?
me
Sorry.
and my wife basically did a coin flip between the my dog's name Laker or LeBron,
Jeez.
and it landed on Laker.
Wow, nice.
I've
You
never
should've been
heard,
like,
never
best
heard a
10 of
dog named LeBron, but
Hey,
that
look,
would have been
that
that would
would've
have been really cool.
LeBron's posting you up by his dog bowl.
Was that just freaking Air Bud?
Final
That's
thought.
awesome.
You're a big Texas guy, right?
Huge.
Okay,
there we go.
are they we
Huge.
chime in. We've been talking Texas, probably going to win the Big 12. What do you think?
Texas wins the Big 12. I think we get a hot Quinn Ewers
Ooh.
from the start. I think there's going to be the OU game, and then probably the next away game after that will be like some shaky game. The shaky games basically they have to win, and then they can be in it because they're going to be talented enough.
K-State? Does that worry you any?
Not anymore.
Okay. All right. Bet.
You get at Houston. That's fun.
They lost their best player.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely y'all's to win. That being said, if you win the Big 12, do you also make the playoffs? What happens if you make the playoffs? Do you want those problems? Do you have the facilities for that?
Yeah,
Make
they
playoffs for win it all,
100% make the
boy.
Playoffs in these instances.
Yeah, if you're
I-
undefeated
I-
Big 12 champs,
I
you're
can
making
definitely
playoffs.
foresee
Yeah.
a Ohio State, Georgia, Texas, Michigan
I can see that.
Interesting. I like that.
Final Four.
Definitely feels like a return to like Power 5 football. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but hey, go ahead and book that in June before
Okay.
the college football season even starts.
okay.
All right.
How many games do you think Colorado's winning this year?
What was that?
What?
that
Oh,
on
because
the field?
Dion?
Because of Dion, yeah. I think the over/under was set at 3.5.
Seven?
Dude, that would be huge for Colorado, if
That'd
we're
be
being honest.
massive.
I think so too.
That'd be huge.
Anyway,
Huge.
Tez, love you, buddy.
Hey, thanks, y'all.
We'll see you next
Hey,
week.
be good.
All right, Jeremy's being really aggressive in the
Jeremy
comments,
is
saying
being
that
aggressive.
I'm discrediting things about OU.
Uh-oh.
I'm literal fact stating that they lost 49-0 last year to Texas. Fact. That is a literal fact. Yeah, OU has ran the Big 12 in the last decade, but fact, they lost 49-0 last year. So, I mean, I don't
We're about to play.
I don't
a
know what
game.
we're discrediting.
I'm going back reading these comments. I love this.
Oklahoma's win-loss. If you were to bet, the betting.
Yeah, what is it like?
over under
7?
It's 8.5.
Yeah,
8.5. Texas is at. Sorry,
9.5.
probably 9.5.
9.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would slam the over on Texas.
Ooh, really?
Well, I don't think
mean,
I don't think the Big 12 is that good this year.
Yeah.
Like, does Texas love losing to a West Virginia or Kansas State? Absolutely, 100%. They do it all the time.
They do love it.
Keeps
them going.
You think I was just being hard on A&M? No,
Yeah.
Texas
Even
does the
then,
same
though,
thing.
Even then, you're it's very favorable home or road. You only have at TCU and at Iowa State. The rest are at home.
Yeah, and again, if they're as good as people think,
at Baylor as well. Sorry,
if they're as good as people think they could be, as good as Quinn Ewers thinks he might be, then those are easily winnable games.
Trust me, no one likes making fun of Texas losing more than me. I love it. It's very like, of course.
You remember that time? I know we did. We had high school football game like the day after or a couple days after or something. And Korey kept doing the Seminole, and
So
Tyler was having like a breakdown. He was having like a breakdown.
For those of you who don't know, I started working here in July, and we were in the same office. And I didn't even watch the game. I just knew that they lost, and so as soon as Tyler walked in on Monday morning, I started playing on my computer with the volume as loud as possible.
Just want to point out LSU went on to win 10 games. They won their division, played in the SEC championship game.
Totally did. And I think they're going to be really good this year.
Yeah, I'm proud of them.
Who would have thought Brian Kelly? I already hated Brian Kelly when we hired him, and then they come out and lose to Florida State. The way they lose on a blocked PAT.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm going to interrupt both of you.
And when he talked at the basketball game,
no, you're not.
I'm just Brian Kelly.
Jeremy said, what's the largest loss in Red River history? Like that matters because Texas is leading the Red River rivalry 63-50. So,
Here,
what do we want to
talk to Jeremy right now? Talk to the camera and tell him how you really feel.
No, he's been hearing me the whole time. He said that I discredited something like I'm a normal Texas fan. Fact, they lost 49-0 last year. I'm looking at it. It's also 63-50. So I don't know who the we want. Is that what we want to do? Longest win streak, Texas 8.
Last 10 years, you're gonna have to fight all these people.
Current win streak 1, Texas 49-0. So what are we talking about here?
Hey,
those are facts.
Softball championships.
They do have y'all on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have us. They don't have Texas in swimming and diving championships.
I guarantee you that
for sure.
We've only got a few minutes left. Let's get back to
we gotta do our movie bracket. Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, we are doing one region at a time. We have 2 of our Final Four members already, which was
Hoosiers and Moneyball.
Hoosiers and Moneyball. They are already in our Final Four. Let's find out who will be joining them, and y'all can let us know in the comments how y'all would vote on these. Our first matchup, can I see it again?
Yeah, it's up. Sorry.
It was on my screen, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I took it off. It's Remember the Titans against Coach Carter.
1 seed. Remember the Titans is the 1 seed of this region, I believe, right?
Yes.
Against 4 seed Coach Carter.
Then you have
Let's start with Ryan.
Man, I don't think there's a lot to talk about here. This was we're starting with Remember the Titans and Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, yes.
I'll be honest, that was Tyler's plan, Coach Carter. That is a colossal giant that it is up against, and Remember the Titans. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw my vote in. I'm going to go Remember the Titans here.
Coach Carter was my plan?
Yeah.
It may have been mine.
I was about to say, I don't like Coach Carter. I don't think.
So here's my thing.
I thought that was yours.
I don't think so.
Here's my thing.
I mean, you would know better than me.
No,
but
what is your greatest fear, Tyler?
See, I don't even know what you're about to reference.
Then
I don't even know.
That's my fault. It was Korey.
Golly.
It was Korey.
This is probably honestly one of my favorite movies of all time.
I've absolutely seen Coach Carter, but I do. I think my favorite thing
Remember
about
the Titans has taught us one thing. So you can overcome a lot by having a winning football team.
As long as you're good at football. Yeah. Okay, Shane Gillis.
No, I just stole that from him.
You were watching that today, literally.
Yeah, I was.
Luke Tebbett's absolutely terrible 2 that are already in.
Yeah, Tebbs.
Wow.
You don't like Moneyball?
Hoosiers?
Yeah. What's wrong with Hoosiers and Moneyball? I figured you of all people would love Moneyball.
Like Tebbets needs to take my place up here.
He's just pissed that we didn't include Rocky. Surely, right?
Yeah,
probably.
It's gotta be.
But we did make the rules pretty clear.
Yeah.
Rocky would dominate. I will say, I love Tez. What's funny, he is from Winsboro, and obviously me being from here, we didn't know each other until we played at Henderson State together. That is how we know each other. But
he's an amazing baseball player, I'll say that.
The boy can pitch. But what was I saying? Oh, my favorite thing about Coach Carter is all he asked of them was to pass your classes, wear a suit on game days, and the whole town was furious.
Yeah, they were like, "How dare you?
How dare you come
don't
in and
come to
ask us
my
to pass our
town."
classes? It's my favorite plot to a movie ever. It's clearly Remember the Titans. Though.
I see. I vote Coach Carter, but it's okay.
2-1. You had to Remember the Titans, yeah. Okay. The next one I feel like is
You
much.
So did all humans.
Yeah, you just gotta. Hey, have you seen the high school team before? No.
The next matchup to me much tougher. Which is 2 versus 3. It should be tougher.
Yeah.
2 seed. Show me which one's which.
Bull Durham.
2 seed Bull Durham versus 3 seed Major League.
Yep.
I think this is our first baseball matchup, but.
Tyler, pull up the ratings on this
Oh
one.
yeah, my fault. I literally am the one who
You don't
makes
have to do it for the other one.
a point to do that.
Wow.
Man. Out of curiosity,
That was
I
the
will do
most
it.
slam dunk.
All they gotta do is pass their classes.
That was the most slam dunk one we've had.
For-
yeah, that's
just-
true.
just-
I just have a soft spot for Coach Carter.
For the sake of doing it, Remember the Titans is only a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, but a 93% audience score. Coach Carter is a 64% Rotten Tomato with a 85. So it's close, but yeah,
Close,
Remember the
yeah.
Titans is the higher one on each of those.
Some of y'all been to Dare to Dream, I can tell.
Yeah. I also love some Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that's true.
Bull
It's tough to go
Durham,
against
damn.
Denzel.
Bull Durham, a 97% Rotten Tomato score with an
Wow.
82% audience. 97 is one of the highest ones we've seen so far.
Wow.
Major League's not going to be near that, I wouldn't think. Major League, an 83% Rotten Tomato with a 84% audience.
Interesting.
Who wants to open the discussion here?
You got it.
I've got it.
You got it, Corey.
All right, I'll start. No real talking points. Going Major League.
Going Major
Charlie
League.
Sheen, Wild Thing. Let's go.
I don't really have a lot to say either. I'm gonna let Mr. Baseball over here kind of duke this one out. But I love me some Kevin Costner,
Love Kevin Costner.
and so I'm gonna go Bull Durham.
Love Kevin Costner.
It's your time,
I
Tyler.
love Kevin Costner specifically because of how good of a baseball actor he is. He's kind of the baseball movie guy.
Yeah.
Love both movies. Bull Durham has one of my favorite scenes of a sports movie ever. For anyone that does not know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube after this, search it. The mound visit, where the players are talking about literally anything other than actual pitching, and they're talking about like what to get someone for a wedding. It's funny stuff. But I love Major League, and I love that the current Oakland A's are living the plot to Major League. Let's be as bad as possible and get the hell out of town. So that's fun. I'm going Major League here, though. I'm breaking the tie with
Okay.
Major League.
So
the
Major
comments
League-
couldn't.
Wow,
the
there you
comments
go.
couldn't agree less. Everyone's going Bull Durham on this, but give me Major League.
So that brings us to the regional finals in this movie
Interesting.
bracket. We've got Remember the Titans versus Major League. Personally, I still don't think it's close. I think Remember the Titans is one of those staple movies that if you are a sports fan, it's kind of just one of those, it's just a feel-good, solid movie. I would put Remember the Titans over the likes of Rudy in terms of football movies. I think it's a really great feel-good story. There's a lot of things you can learn from it. So give me Remember the Titans.
Give me Major League. I want to put it on Korey.
This is
Do you
tough,
believe
man.
that? Do you actually believe that?
If I were to pick a movie tomorrow,
It would be.
I'm picking Major League.
I was about to say, I
Now-
figured you would.
As long
Now-
as you believe that in your heart, I can live with
There's
it.
very much. I mean, I'm not going to argue with someone if they're like, "Remember the Titans" is the better movie, but it's my pick. I'm picking Major League.
Hey, that's totally acceptable.
I would have also picked Bull Durham against Remember the Titans for what it's
Okay.
worth.
Okay.
You just not like Remember the Titans or what?
I'll remember that again.
Hey, so
Bull
we-
Durham and Major League are two of my favorite sports movies. Of all
Okay,
time.
that's fair.
Hey, so we have a basketball in the Final Four. We have a
have a
baseball
baseball.
in the Final Four.
The hockey in the Final Four. No, I'm playing.
Are we
We probably will have a hockey in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Are we throwing
Just saying.
football in the mix?
Just saying.
Here's what I'm thinking.
It's almost perfect.
If you didn't shed a tear at Gary Bertier's funeral, by God, I don't know what you got in you.
That's
but
my
it ain't.
brother. That's my brother.
Can't you tell we're kin? Just get you every time. It's Remember the Titans for me.
So joining Hoosiers and Moneyball.
You drop a ball, you run a mile.
We now have Remember the Titans. Do you want to let people know what next week is going to
Denzel's
be?
so good in that too.
Denzel's
he's
great in
amazing.
everything.
Good in everything.
Yeah.
Is Denzel the greatest actor of all time?
He's mine. He's my goat.
I think
I'd
it's
have to say,
certainly.
yeah.
He's my
I
goat.
think it's certainly a discussion.
Him
Corey,
and
where's
Adam
our-
Sandler for
Nothing
me,
else for
honestly.
training day. I do love Uncut Gems.
I haven't seen it. I've got to watch it. I watched. What was it? The Draft. What's
Yeah,
that one
with
where he's
Dirk.
oh, that one's
yeah.
Hustle.
Hustle? Yes.
That was
okay,
good, too.
So we've got the Hoosiers defeated the Sandlot in their regional final to get to the Final Four.
Boo.
Moneyball defeated Friday Night Lights. So we remember the Titans is the first 1 seed to actually make the Final Four.
Oh,
Really? Wow, that's interesting.
Yep, we've had two seeds get in, and then next episode's bracket. Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, this is what I got confused with, Tyler.
Yeah, I already know what you're about to
Sorry.
say. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Miracle versus Love and Basketball. That's what it was.
That's,
Do you think
I
anyone
wonder who else
Do you
would
think
pick that.
anyone watching would
Sorry.
have to guess
I'm
why
sorry.
that movie's in? Or does everyone know, like, yeah, that was Tyler's
and
doing?
How about your
and then-
haircut?
And then Rudy and 42.
Interesting.
That's pretty close.
I like Rudy versus 42.
I watched
That'll be
42 the
That's
other
close.
day.
be
That's
fun.
right. Yeah.
Clearly, Love and
Love and
Basketball
Basketball was
is-
Tyler's playing game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun. Clearly, Love and Basketball is winning this whole
Yeah.
bracket.
Dude,
but, yeah.
nothing would make.
Any final thoughts
We
before
put
we
it
get
up
out
to
of here?
like a public vote, and everybody's like, you know what, Love and Basketball, man.
Oh man.
The clear winner. Yeah, any final thoughts before
Gotta be
this was
Love
fun.
and
I missed y'all.
Basketball.
Terrell was. I think he's talking about Love and Basketball. He said he was just
Nah,
about to type
I think
that.
he had said it
Yeah.
before that, but yeah. I missed y'all guys.
That's awesome.
That was fun.
When's the next episode? Next Wednesday?
Wednesday night.
Probably.
We got to do
Right?
U.S. Open.
Is that next week?
Yeah.
Wow, that came
I
quick.
need you to grow up, Corey. All right. You
I'm
think
just-
because you move into a house, you can just neglect the sports world?
I haven't.
Sports don't stop because you're busy,
Yeah.
Corey.
I was knee deep.
Golf is merging. Your beard's on the line.
I was
son.
knee deep in changing electrical outlets the other day, and I'm like, good
Excuses,
lord, this is
excuses,
ridiculous.
excuses.
You know, it took Corey shaving his head for his own wife to watch this show.
Yeah, that's true.
Your
She didn't
wife-
know- she
your
didn't-
wife's in the comments.
My fiance is in the comments
Jared
talking
did-
about A&M
so
this, A&M that.
This is a true story. Jared didn't know I made the bet, and so
Ouch.
I'm sweating out the PGA Championship, and she's like, "Why do you care this much about this Victor Hovland
She would have
guy?"
rather you said I have money on
Corey,
it.
why
I
are
think.
you
Yeah.
yelling?
And I was like, "Babe, it was a," and it was like at the start of the round. So I was like, "If this guy, this guy, this guy, or this guy wins, I have to shave my beard." And she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, babe."
Sunday just got a lot,
Yeah,
lot more.
She asked me.
I was going to say hairy, but I guess
No,
less
hairy,
Less
yeah.
hairy.
I asked her. I went home, or no, it was yesterday. She was like, "So when do you have to shave your beard again?" I'm like, "Tomorrow."
The head looks good, though.
I'm
It
so
really
glad
does.
it worked out the way
take,
it
take,
did.
the, take the
Show
hat
people
off.
again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Take the hat off. It looks
Pretty
good.
well
though.
that joined- yeah.
It doesn't look that bad, honestly.
You know, we did that
I don't
pretty
think
early.
so at all.
We did that pretty early in the show. There could have been plenty of
Yeah.
people who tuned in after.
and I've had the hat on the whole time. People in the comments like, "What?"
I think you look good, Bubba. I really do.
I don't hate
actually-
it. I don't hate it, honestly.
I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth. I think you pulled it off.
Thank you.
I got a lumpy head, so it wouldn't work. So I'm going to keep
Dude.
mine. But
And you have nice
I
hair
would
too.
never bet.
And you have nice hair.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if Jeremy said that he would bet OU winning it or Texas winning the Big 12 and I had to shave my head, I would not take that bet.
You wouldn't?
No shot.
You wouldn't take that deal?
You make that deal, I'd make that deal.
Absolutely
I
not.
don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Damn good deal. I do want you and Jeremy to work out some kind of
Yeah,
thing
I'd be
now.
good with that. I'd be good
Case
with
of
that.
Mountain Dew. I'm joking. Like
I don't-
Skip and
I don't really
Shannon.
like. I don't really like Mountain Dew.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Skip and
Yeah,
Shannon.
no one does. I used to actually.
Skip and Shannon.
Yeah, it's
I used to
done,
drink a
isn't
lot of
it?
Mountain Dew back in the
Yeah.
day, but yeah, R.I.P.
Huh.
My dad still drinks Mountain Dew.
They said something about LaShawn McCoy joining Skip Bayless. That would be the worst show on TV.
I like Shady
Somebody-
a lot.
Who's the guy on Fox Sports? Cowherd?
Colin Coward.
Or yeah, somebody said, I think it was Pat McAfee. They were talking about. They said Skip and Cowherd should get a show together, and it's just them yelling at each other until one quits, and there's no time frame for the show.
I don't think a soul on earth wants to watch.
It's like, oh, they went for
Skip.
3 hours the other day.
Skip versus
Jeremy
Cowherd.
said he would shave his head for the bet. I
Oh.
very respectfully declined.
What would you do?
You have a lot more to. I have a lot more to give up than you do.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, what can you do if you won't?
We'll
shave your
think.
head?
We'll think about it. We'll think about
Okay.
it. We got time.
We'll pray
we got
about
time.
it.
But I will
I'm
make
gonna
a
go
bet.
home and just bathe in Rogaine and just like. Get
You
some
come back next
miracles.
Wednesday with
It's
a
just
full head of
great.
hair?
Yeah, it looked like Ryan.
We need to get you.
Hey, there it is. Check it out.
I want to get a very obvious wig.
Toupee.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Oh,
Anyway, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see what we can get cooked up next week. Obviously, we've got the last
US
region
Open,
before we
yeah.
start the final four of
and
our
the-
movie
and the
bracket.
Movie bracket.
US Open.
1 week closer to the NFL.
Obviously, the Rangers still going to be
leading the AL West.
and obviously, so
If they're not, that's going to be
Jeremy sent
quite the
rough.
meltdown. On
Jeremy
Wednesday.
sent in OU. Send in more. Who do you want us? We'll go game by game breakdown.
Let's just start doing that the rest of
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah, so
think
we'll
that's a good
start.
idea.
We'll start with OU because y'all wanted then. Yeah, we will be back next Wednesday night. On behalf of Chloe Copel, who cannot be here, that's Ryan Humphreys, Corey Hankins. I'm Tyler Lennon. We are down and out, and we will see you next Wednesday.